All right, the Detroit Lions make a last-minute roster move before this game against the Minnesota Vikings. It's game day. I got the hat on. I got the shirt on. Jeez, I didn't even know that until the camera came on. I'm like, wow, look at this. I'm ready. Let me know in the comments. Are you getting away from YouTube TV? Do you just use rabbit ears? How do you watch the game? You just watching highlights afterwards on YouTube? Like, where are we at? Let me know in the comments. Okay, the Lions. And by the way, we've scored 30-plus points in 5 straight wins over Flores-led defense. Okay, so I'm telling that to myself because I get nervous playing the Vikings because of the way their defense is and all the movement. But we got Jared Goff, and he's seen everything, and we're lucky to have him. That's where we're at. Okay, the Lions elevate a veteran linebacker, Ty Summers, from the practice squad for this game. He joined the practice squad earlier this season and then was signed to the active rosters for week 5 and 6, saw the field a few times on special teams, and then he was released when Zach Cunningham came back. But then Zach Cunningham has been put on injury reserve, and we're waiting for Malcolm Rodriguez to come. So he's that last linebacker, Ty Summers, and he is going to make not his debut, but he's coming back for the first time. And then Daniel Thomas was another guy that's put on injury reserve and not be added to the roster ahead of this game. So there's a few moving parts in the back end of the roster. We know some of the things as far as like Kirby Joseph and things like that, not going to be able to play. DJ Reed's not going to be out there. Some of the things that we'd been waiting for, kind of wondering about, but Terrion Arnold's kind of making his way back. And yeah, we're generally, knock on wood, healthy. And it's just been great. It's great to see. And what we've seen, speaking of injuries and things that are happening and roster movement, what we are seeing is a great pivot from Dan Campbell this year where he's being cautious with players. He's working players back in. He's trying to get the guys to get better each week. That's his big mantra. Every coach says that, but like when Dan Campbell says something, it means more, I guess, because he doesn't just say things. So get better each week versus like, let's go out each week. We were living and dying trying to win. Now it's just, let's just get better. We're not trying to just kill ourselves out there and then just ends up with a bunch of injuries and who knows what happens. It's almost like win or lose. Did we get better? If we got better, cool. I don't even care if we lost because we're just going to try to make the playoffs, just get into the playoffs and then take it from there and try to go win a Super Bowl. That's the goal this year. Last few years, it was just all about trying to win and dust off and get away from the old Lions of old thing and just anything we could do to win, all that. Now we don't need to prove all that. Everyone knows, fans, we're all fully adjusted to we win. We win. We're a good team. We've got great players. We expect to win, right? That's how amazing this turnaround's been. So just, keep Kirby Joseph out for an extra couple weeks. Fine. We want him for December and January football. Keep DJ Reed, just keep him out. Let's go. Keep Malcolm Rodriguez is going to come back. Aleem McNeil's back, and he's looking really good and all that. So it's just great to see. Now, an article was put out as like, which Vikings player like scares you the most? And the Vikings are just kind of a weird team because nobody hates the Vikings. Let me know in the comments. No one hates the Vikings. They're a divisional opponent. People hate the Packers, hate the Bears. But the Vikings, you can't help but just, all right, Justin Jefferson, man, great. He's averaging 86 yards per game, which is 4th in the NFL, and that's without having a good quarterback. He's just a great player. We don't have DJ Reed, so we're going to have to count on Amik Robertson. It's like, okay, just be careful, watch him. And then on their defensive side, they've got like Van Ginkel and Jonathan Grenard, and they've always got just good. Their defenders always look sweet, and I think the reason is because they get to move around pre-snap, and they're just like lurking around. But again, 5 straight games, the Lions have put up 30 points per game on that defense, and Jared Goff has come out and said publicly, I don't know if it's publicly, but to like the broadcasters that I just kind of know what they're doing. I see it. because they're trying to do that ultra disguise stuff and move around and got to have a bunch of guys at the line of scrimmage. And Jared's just, yeah, I know what you're doing. I know he's coming. He's dropping. I can see it. And so it reminds me of the Don Brown, Michigan time, where Don Brown, Michigan defense was really non-traditional. And that really messed up Rutgers, Indiana back then. Just poor teams. It messed them up, and they didn't have the talent, and they just couldn't. There's nothing they could do, and they just got overwhelmed with the Don Brown defense. But when you played a good team, a good program, a good quarterback, they just got toasted. It's too much. There's not layers to the defense. There's too much going on that it just takes one mistake, and it's trouble. And that's why we have Jahmyr Gibbs. You play that game defensively with us, and Jahmyr Gibbs just breaks through one tackle, and there's not layers to the defense. He's gone. Jameson Williams hopefully gets going this week. You just got players that it's hard matchups, and one mistake, and it's trouble. But on the flip side, we make one mistake, and it's trouble for us. So we just can't have that one big play. Be looking for that this game is, you know what? If we punt, be happy, but just be like, that's fine. Punt. The only thing we cannot have is a big pick six or a scoop and score against us. And we've had that, and we've overcome it in the past when we had that. I think it was last year at the beginning of the year. David Montgomery fumbled. So just be looking for that today is, you know what? We're in the third quarter. We've punted a few times and whatever, but we just have not. As long as they don't get that big play, we're going to have to. J.J. McCarthy's then going to have to beat our defense, and really looking for our defense to come through with a follow-up performance to see if, man, that was just an inspired performance last week, Monday night, a bunch of backups type of thing, or is this, man, that's kind of how we play. That'll be interesting as well. So those are things I'm looking for. Is the defense actually like legitimately good? Because I think we could be with Aleem McNeil back, Jack Campbell being a stud. We'll see, and then obviously Aiden Hutchinson. And then offensively, yeah, just don't have a really brutal play, and eventually we'll chip away and we'll find space. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe if you have not already. If you watch us, just hit that subscribe button. It's free. It just means you'll get our videos when they pop up. You'll see them more easily. And, yeah, Lions, no question, will win this one. No question. There's a little question, but we should. Let me know your thoughts. We'll see all of you on the next one.